Well, hello there, stamping friends. This is Traci Raether from Plum Crazy Stamping, and I'm sure you can tell that I'm not in my usual studio. I'm actually here with my really good friend, Jean Wenninger, and we're at Stamp Camp. So for me, I gotta tell you, the hair looks this way, Stamp Camp. Neither one of us, we're not wearing makeup. We're here to stamp, craft, and make beautiful things for the people we love. Anyway, we're here to have a great time. Today is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Jean already has made it great. We're going to have a great dinner tonight. And she gave me a little present, but I didn't open it yet. No time, you know. This is our first day at Stamp Camp. And a lot of times when we do this, it can be 4 to 5 days. Mm-hmm. Jean organizes all this, and she does a great job. And the thing I love about it is it's organized so that we do one meal while we're here, and otherwise all you do is craft.
Right. It's like being at an all-inclusive resort because you get your meals made, right?
Yeah.
And you have to make one meal. So
yeah. So, as you're joining us today, it'll be nice to know who you are, where you're watching from. You can do that in the comments on Facebook, and you can do it in the comments on YouTube. Just be signed into your account, and then you'll have access to the comments. All right, so Jean, as we were getting started today, let's see. I think that we have some business to do. Like I promised all of you, I have a really special hat I'm going to wear today. Do you care if I look really goofy?
Go for it.
All right, I'm going to do this. Guys, I got this a long time ago from some very good friends. Isn't that what friends are for? Right, Jean?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So to tell you a little bit about Jean and I, and as this stamping, scrapping thing has developed, I'll tell you, it wasn't long before I met Jean that I started stamping. And I actually introduced it to her by inviting her to a party at my house. And it's almost been 30 years.
I know that when you said 30 years, I had to think, yeah, it's been that long.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? And I think that common bond that we have of being nurses and working in the same facility together, that was one opportunity for us to get to know each other and have fun and know we had things in common. But I really think the stamping and scheduling our stamping time together really kind of just kept things going, right?
It was always just something to look forward to. Yeah, it was just a fun time, always.
Yeah. So, I have found a friend almost 30 years because of stamping, and we share our, being nurses. But anyway, we did all that before we even had kids. And we had our babies 1 year apart, a couple of years after we met. And then our stamping changed a little bit to be scrapbooking
and sometimes stamping on cloth and different things. I mean, baby bibs and onesies and different things.
Do you remember the time we went to that cabin when I was pregnant? And Jean and I both have SUVs. And she backed her SUV up to one door on one side of the cabin. And I backed my SUV up on the other side of the cabin. And we unloaded. Like you wouldn't believe. Do you remember all the stuff we had?
If it fits, it's coming.
And I don't think we took our pajamas off all week and stamped away. Anyway, then, I thought it would be a good idea for you to be a demonstrator. I don't know. I think I was chicken. But did you sign up?
I signed up, I think, in 2000.
Wow. Okay.
From the demonstrator who I went to your house for my first party.
Okay, Renee.
Yep.
Yeah. So what did you think about being a demonstrator? What did that do for you? And what kind of demonstrator were you, Jean?
For me, it was more about just a hobby. And by being a demonstrator, a couple benefits. I got to purchase things that I liked at a discount. And being a demonstrator, you kind of had an inside track where Stampin' Up! Would give you tools that helped you stamp, and then you could, teach them to other people. I really liked the coordinating the markers and paper and ribbon and stamp sets. So everything kind of all went together. I probably was more focused on scrapbooking. So I have a lot of the paper and embellishments that I use, probably more than stamps, although there are stamp sets that I have used, honestly, for 30 years.
Isn't that crazy? Do you know I still have the first stamp sets? They last. The quality of them, and when Jean mentions the coordination of the products, I absolutely love that. It helps my things that I make look good because I don't have to try to match the colors. Yeah. Sometimes I can make some pretty wacko color combinations. Let's say hi to Kim and Mary Ellen. And I'm really glad you like the birthday hat. Yeah, isn't it darling? And anyway, we're here and it's all about fun. So Diane, glad you're here. Sorry you're not feeling well. We'll help you feel better today. But anyway, so the demonstrator thing, I should go back to just say, oh boy, my computer's wanting to clean files. Not now. Anyway, how long were you a demonstrator then?
For 4 years. And then a couple times I signed up and did it for a period of time when I was interested in like new products that had come out and I wanted to get, I could get them at a cheaper discount, or there were new colors and I wanted to replenish my stock. And so it was still always a hobby. It still is.
Yeah. Jean, I think she's got more stamps than I do. I think you do. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Anyway, it's not a contest, but it's something we both enjoy. And if I don't have it, she usually does. And if she doesn't have it, I do. So did you hear about the Stampin' Up bargain right now of getting $99 worth of product free?
No.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah. Have you ever seen a deal that good?
No.
This is the best deal ever to sign up. And I only mention it to you because it's through the end of October. And if you want to build up your stash, I know a number of you have been doing this for years. I also know there are a number of you that are already hobby demonstrators. I also know that there are those of you that are just starting. This is a great way to get started. So Jean, I thought it would be a great idea if she was a demonstrator. And then after I saw the stuff she got, I probably should have done it myself. And then another one of our friends that we stamp with signed up too. So I had 2 demonstrator friends that kind of would float me a deal here and there. But I didn't sign up till so many years later, 2017. Oh my gosh, you signed up 2000 the first time? Oh yay, all the deals I missed, you guys. Anyway, I would welcome any one of you to join up, be a hobby demonstrator or someone that wants to build a business, and I'd be happy to help you. But you could build your stash. You could build those color families of ink and cardstock and all of the other things, the embellishments. It's a new, exciting time. Don't hesitate to reach out to me at Traci, Traci, at plumcrazystamping.com if it's something you're interested in. But why don't we go ahead and get to our fun today. So the first thing I want to show you is I just got some fun stuff in the mail, and we're all kind of anxious to see what the new packaging is. Have you seen it yet, Jean?
No.
Okay. So the new stamp sets. Now this is 9 inches high, so this is bigger than the old folders. Let me show you. I can compare the different sizes, okay? And not only do stamp sets, but let's see here, die sets come in the very same size package. They also, just a reminder now, the die sets and the stamp sets have the same name, which make it really easy to keep it together. So one of the things that I've bought in preparation for Valentine's Day is this Valentine Kisses. Isn't this little bear cute? And the other benefit is with these new package sizes, it's much more likely that these images are the exact size of the dies and the stamps. Otherwise, they tell us if they're not, right? So I got that one to get started. And then there was this Petals of Beauty. So matching. And you know what? I keep all my stamp sets in a DVD case. Now these I've been keeping in a basket right on my desktop, and they take up so much less space. We're going to look at some old stamp sets in just a minute for the birthday stuff that we're doing today. But wow, what a difference to store this versus
or to come to something like this.
Oh my gosh, yes.
3-4 times as many.
Yes, all right. Anyway, and then this is a new banner punch. 3 different kinds of banners. And then these all fit in them. And you know how I always tell you I love to get tons of sentiment. So that's just some new stuff going on. And before I forget, because when we do the birthday party things, I think I might just kind of lose my mind. Let me just show you 2 other things that are going on here. Let's just flip this down for a minute. I just want to remind you guys that I did launch the Oops Proof Your Crafts Creative Fixes for Common Errors. And on this cover, you can see this is one of the oops I make when, you know, I get ink on the outside of my image. Anyway, there are 8 fun-filled pages of examples, types of errors that we have, and how you can fix them. And also things that you can do in your stamping to prevent errors from happening. And during this limited time, I think because it's my birthday week, I'm going to wait till the end of the week. But this is $12 instead of $17. And you can get it, you know, by looking on my business page, my website, or just contacting me. And then last, I think it was one time ago, I opened the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar that's available to us right now. And you know what? I had so much stuff in my vehicle when I came. I did not bring this. So we're going to pass 1 week of me opening another door, but I'll open some more doors as time goes on here. Anyway, I'm going to do a class on January 10th, 2 hours. Anybody that buys this advent calendar from me will be invited to that class for free. We're going to do at least 4 projects, probably more, because when I can get my hands on these supplies, I think there's going to be so many things we can do. And also, now remember, today is day 1 of free shipping. That's an 11% savings. So, you know what, if you're interested in this, I would buy it during this free shipping, which is today through the 24th. Okay. If you need any help with your order, just let me know. And lastly, if you do that, then this is a 4-card free tutorial that I would be sending you via email if you buy at least $50 worth of products from me during October. And this will work for any suite of products, not just the gathering together, but they are 4 beautiful cards with very detailed instructions, cutting, and how-tos. Okay. So now I won't forget that. All right, let's get to some birthday fun. So first I just thought, Jean, I would look at some cards together. Mm-hmm. And you know how much
I love that chicken set.
She loves it. I love it. You guys know it. But check this out. Isn't that fun? This was doing just a couple little colors of straight stamping. And what a beautiful card this is. And this is the Hey Chick retired stamp set. But I love that birthday card. Now, this one was actually made by someone that I went to one-day retreat, and her name is Brenda Degenhart. And isn't this a beautiful birthday card? So all of these they have the same theme of birthdays, but they're all different. And just look at how easy. Remember, this fun fold I'm showing you is just folding the front in half, making a panel, and then lining it up with the panels inside. Easy, fun fold, but isn't that beautiful? And look at the colors she chose. Better keep her name with it so I can give her credit. This is another card that someone made, or no, we made this at the retreat. But this is that alphabet, very large, and the banner set. How fun is that? Well, this can be H for happy, or you could put your friend's initials in there. What do you think?
Very cute.
Do you ever do this on the bottom of cards?
No. But it's always fun to see what people do, and I wish I used my embossing folders more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't that step it up?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And then always a little bling.
Always.
I think
There's always room
you
for
got
bling.
so much bling. Then this is that Turtly Awesome stamp set, but isn't this cute? And just doing a couple of layers and using designer series paper.
Mm-hmm.
And this was actually in the designer series paper, and we just cut it out.
Fussy cut it.
Yeah. And then there was a little sticker in this designer series paper packet. But I think for a little person, that's really fun, or someone that loves turtles, right? This is the one that I made to share when I went to that retreat. Masculine. Do you have a hard time figuring out what to make for boys? Guys, what's your go-to? Do you have anything that you like to use to do that?
I tend to stick with more neutral colors. Yeah.
Yeah, and
more outdoorsy is kind of the go-to for guys.
That's a good idea. And I like these texture papers, or the ones that have wood. Mm-hmm. I think that those work too. Yeah, so, and the blue and the brown, these are my husband's favorite colors. Believe it or not, brown is his very favorite color. That kind of cracks me up. Let's see. Kathy, I didn't say hi to you yet. Sue, and thank you for the birthday wishes. Thanks, Betty, and another Kathy. Thanks, you guys. I've been having the greatest birthday already. It's only it's really cold today, though, Jean. Mm-hmm. And it was spitting rain a little bit. So I drive about an hour and 40 minutes to get here, but it wasn't too bad. I went through a rainstorm the other night. I went with some high school friends, and we went to this place called Old World, Wisconsin, and it was Legends and Lure. And it was supposed to kind of scare us. Fell short. But anyway, the one lady that did scare us, we went into this old house, and they had it looked like somebody was in a casket. Oh. You know how they used to hold, that in people's homes. And then in the corner, there was a lady all draped in black with a black veil. And there had been dummies all over the place, So we're thinking it's one of those. So I just said to my friends, watch out, there's, a dummy in the corner, right? So my friend, by this time we were a little punchy. We'd been going in and out of all these little stories and stuff. And she walked over to that dummy to make us all laugh. And she goes, I'm so sorry to hear about your husband. And all of a sudden, that lady didn't move, but said, thank you. My friend jumped so high. It was been out of there. That was the best of the whole night. That was our only scare, but it was hilarious. But anyway. All right. Well, let me show you this, because this card by Karen Chesterman actually inspired the card that I'm going to demonstrate and make for you today. Another fun fold, a really easy fun fold. Now this is with Daffodil Delight, which you can still get. I just think that's so pretty. And I think these are Spotlight on Nature, the circle dies. Mm-hmm. There's all sizes and different patterns. Those are so something I'd keep forever, use over and over and over. All right, so those are the cards that are in all kinds of colors. So then I went on a hunt for purple cards. These are the very best. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to count this pink kind of as a shade of purple. What do you think about that one, Jean?
I like the bling.
The bling.
And embossing, yeah, it's just cute.
This is the hybrid embossing folder, where I could cut this out and it matches the butterfly underneath, and it has all kinds of texture, if you can see it. And you know how I like to use the little extra stamp, that's one of the things I really like about Stampin' Up! Stamps is a lot of times they'll have splotches or dots or those little hex.
Mini background.
Yeah, yeah. So I try to incorporate those into my card. Now watch this, you guys. We have flying butterflies. So I did teach a class on this not too long ago, because this is a window sheet.
Really?
Yeah. I think I just even, the professional card maker here, I think I just wowed you, didn't I?
I like that.
Yeah. Right.
You can do it with dragonflies, anything.
Yeah, really. Stars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we could make this look like
Ladybugs.
ladybugs. Yeah. So very, very fun. Okay. So I had to show that to you because it's kind of a very fun card and almost purple. Check out this one.
So much better than opening your card where they put that confetti in it and then you have it all over your house. Much better this way.
Yeah. This makes your mom happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is really fun, making a shaker card. So, yep, another shade of purple. Oh, I don't want to smush my butterfly. I'm going to move it over. Now do you remember this paper? This was like way back when we started.
Yes.
Can you tell?
Yeah, it's that's an old set.
I can't remember what color that is. We don't have it anymore. I don't think
Eggplant
I bet you it is Eggplant Envy, you guys. Any of you people that have been doing this a long time? And then just, putting a scrap in here.
Was that the like reverse of that? I mean, it was like darker on one side of the paper, and then it had the more white on this.
Oh,
side.
maybe.
It could have been the reverse of that paper.
Yeah, this is older than the hills, but I like the simplicity of this design. So thought I would share that. Okay. Now this, this is Bev Cap. Made this when I went to that all-day event. Isn't that gorgeous? So she used those same circles that I'm going to use and the beautiful butterfly. This is from the Daffodil Delight, wishing you a happy birthday. And there's nothing on the inside, but she also did that embossing. I really need to remember to do that more. So then check this one out. Now this is one we made there. So how easy is it to take just some designer series paper to make your envelope flat? And look at how they tucked this under the flower to keep the gatefold. Remember, I did a gatefold when we had our 5-day challenge. So this is just not in the center, an off-center gatefold. So you can do a lot with gatefolds and they don't have to stay in the center, but then they're tucking the label under that flower. I just love that design. Cute. And more bling and layered die cuts. This is like super special. I would send this to you.
Would you?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
It's purple. You'd keep it. You'd still keep it.
I just make you give it back.
Write a little post-it and say,
yes,
give me the card back.
Please return the card. Yeah, I got to keep it for my samples. Now, this one doesn't say happy birthday on the front. This is a one-page wonder. And I stamped this and then cut it into 4 and actually made 4 birthday cards out of one piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Isn't that pretty? The shades of purple. I think I did those. This is 2-step stamping. And I probably just stamped it off.
Oh, yeah.
And the leaves, I didn't stamp off, but I could have. Yeah. So now we're getting more into real, what I consider real purple or the royal purple. Check this one out.
Do you color that?
Do you know what? I think somebody else made this. I didn't do it. I got to fess up. Isn't that beautiful? But I think it's Stampin' Blends.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun, though, how they layered the sentiment to make that prettier? And I don't know. I've not seen that stamp, but I like it.
Mm-hmm.
It really kind of adds something on the side there, just right on the card front. All right, this one I know I did. There was a stamp that does that. Remember, it was some celebration we could get this, or I don't know if it was Celebration or some other thing we got that free. I like it. So a little, lighter. This is Highland Heather, I think. And then check this out.
Oh, I like the layering of the flower.
Did that one go over the top?
Mm-hmm.
I did make this one. This is 2 different birthday sentiments that are in the same thing. I think I might even have it here today. Those daisies. Remember, there's two daisy sets that have different size daisies, and then the ferns. And this is actually, I did the birch. Can you see the birch in the background there?
Very light. Yep.
Yeah, I actually did that first. I didn't do it around where the sentiment went. I left that white. and then put some more ferns on the inside. But you know, gosh, you can almost use any stamp set to make a birthday card.
Yes. I mean, if you just had the sentiment, you could use any stamp set.
Yeah, and then you know what I found? A lot of stamp sets. So, you know, the other part of what I was challenging people to do today was find supplies that they have that they can use for birthday. Do you know, gosh, I bet you 75% of our stamps have a happy birthday stamp in it.
They do.
You know, maybe not 75, but 60. It's a lot. You know, a lot of opportunity there. So, all right, I got to tell you, show you the one that is not Stampin' Up, but I got this at, you know, one of my favorite craft stores, and I colored this purple. Have you got this one for me yet?
No, that's cute.
So this one is to, I've sent to a lot of my friends on their birthdays, so I'll have to make sure. I just don't remember who I sent it to and who I didn't. So anyway, very fun, and I could make it whatever color I wanted. So of course I colored it purple.
Oh, I was just going to say, you showed this one earlier.
Yeah.
This and that top sentiment there, you could definitely use for a birthday.
Sending lots of love your way to celebrate this special day. That's great. Yep. All right. So before we get on with stamping, I am just going to show you some recent stamps that were about birthdays. So there was this one called Here's a Card. Look at how big that happy birthday is. That's a perfect size birthday sentiment, don't you think? And then I don't know if you remember, so some of you back in the day, picture perfect birthday, and there was really fun paper that had all kinds of bows. Do you remember this one?
That one I don't.
And confetti. I should have brought the paper too. But tons of birthday sentiments, and I still use those all today. And then this happy birthday cake one. I have another set somewhere, but I don't think I have it with me, and it says, eat cake first.
I think I use that cake for a wedding card too.
Oh, yeah, that would work great. And then this is one that was very recent, not 29 anymore.
Says who?
Yeah. Everybody wants to know how old I am today. One of my friends called and she goes, "Now, how old are you?" She's older than me. She goes, "You youngster."
Can you get the senior discount anywhere?
You know, I can get the Culver's discount. But ask me if I remember. No, senior moment. No, I don't. I gotta tell them. So anyway, free cake. They say on this one. But anyway, yeah, that's fun. So last thing before we make our card today, I'm opening the vault, Jean. This is why
you can only bring a few sets long.
I know. Now look at, this is how we used to have to keep our sets. This is so yellow because it's so old. But look at these stamps. Now, you know what? This is so pertinent. It's so fun. And do you remember when we used to have inks that were like 5 different colors of ink and you pushed them together? Kaleidoscope pads. This was great with a kaleidoscope pad. And then it also had celebrate, thank you, and a little swirl with hearts and dots. So, you know, even then, Stampin' Up! Was taking care of us with backgrounds. And there's a fly that's just decided to join the party, and it was not invited. Okay, so here's one called Birthday Whimsy. There's 2 sentiments. One says, happy birthday, and the other one says, and many more. And then there's 2 kinds of stamps. So these kind of stamps, even though they're wood, I do not want to get rid of them. They're so versatile. It's so easy just to make a card.
I was just seeing, this one was from 1994. This one, the first
1994, one. You guys, I've been stamping longer than I told you I've been stamping. Oh boy. Is this one got a year on it?
Sometimes on the stamps, the stickers they did, but not on this one.
This one's 1995. Too much fun. But check it out. Look at that cake. And I love that sentiment and a background. This has found its way on many, many cards. So just had to share those. I think I'm going to use them this weekend. All right. I got to get down to stamping this card that I promised today. So let me get the parts and pieces here. I gotta just, I kind of use the grid paper, Jean, to make my
Straight.
yeah. And then I put this crooked, but it's straight the way that I hold it, if that makes any sense. Maybe not. This, may all your wishes come true. Okay. Okay, so I've just got those two stamps. Here, I'll show you the card. So I told you I'm taking the design that I was inspired by and doing it in my shades with perennial lavender, which I consider a purple set, doing those butterflies and making these layers. And, you know, I've tried to pick easy fun folds to share with you. So let me do that. Oh, you know what? I got to figure out where I put my trimmer, Jean. Oh, good. Thank goodness it's not deep in something. There we go. We do have our trimmer. I'm still unpacking. Okay, let's see here. If I have enough room. And I cut some parts here. Thank you. And here is, okay, our card base today. So the card base, Roxanne, thank you. Thanks, Diane. I am going to have a good time being here with my friend. There's going to be more friends joining us. And, oh, Kathy, thanks. Yeah, I love this hat too. It's just crazy. And now that I put it on, I'm probably going to have to wear it all day because I'm going to have flat hair. But anyway, this is the card base. So this is a whole 11 inches. And then this is 5.5. So this is a little more than half of the piece of cardstock because this will fit in a medium A2 envelope, okay? And we're going to do scoring. And you know where my instructions for this card are? In the computer. I know. I'll measure it. Thank goodness I have my trusty ruler. I remembered almost everything, you guys, and packed for stamp camp. So this first flap, I am going to do at 3.5 inches. I'm going to just set this over here. So we're going to do 3.5. Make sure you have the scoring blade, not the cutting blade. Okay. Then we're going to add, now this is kind of an odd number here. It is, let's see, 1 5/8. So, you know, we need a running total, Jean, here. But I don't have a pen. Oh, wait, yes, I do in here. Okay. So we have to add 3.5 to 1 5/8. So I know where to make my next score.
I pick a pen, I can't figure out. Okay.
That one will work, yeah.
10 plus 1 and
it's 3.5 plus 1 5/8.
would be 5 1/8.
Yep. Okay, so that's going to be my next one. I got to go down here and do this, you guys. Okay. Now we have to add another 1 5/8. I think it's, well, you tell me. Got to open my trimmer here.
6 3/4.
Yep. Okay, 6 3/4.
Fractions. Ugh.
Sorry, I didn't tell you we were going to do that. Okay, so now we've got all of our score marks. Let me just show you how we put this together. So the interesting thing is the front is going to be shorter. So I'm going to fold that over. Okay, and my bone folder, I got this on the opposite side. Here, thank you, Jean. That I usually do. Okay, and then the bottom, this is 4 1/4. So we're going to do that. Oh, wait, let's see the other way. This way. And I'll do the bone folder there. I know you can't see this. This is a little odd setup. All right. Now the simple thing is in the corner, we're going to make this pop into the card. So we're going to fold it into the card. So see, the front of the card is shorter at the 3.5. This is 4.25. And then these come in to make that center panel that we can decorate to make things pop up in the inside. So this is 1 5/8, right? Yeah, 1 inch and 5/8. So the easiest thing to now we just start doing this is I'm going to glue that center panel together. That's the first part about making this card base after you scored it and, you know, folded it. So we'll just put a little of our adhesive in here. And I kind of go around the outside on this one and do the inside on this one. And then fold them together. And try not to squish glue out. And just give it a second to get tacky, right? And I think I wanted to do, show you how I cut my designer series paper too. And I'm going to have to check my measurements here again. All right, but see, now you have your center. Okay. That is so easy. And I think it looks so cool when you open the card. Okay, so then we've got this beautiful lavender paper we're going to be doing on the
outside.
Yep, on the front, right? And then I've got a piece for on the inside here. This actually is 4 5.25. Look at this fly. Oh, we're going to have to name it, Gene. It's going to drive us crazy.
Fred.
Okay, Fred the fly is going to find his way out the door. But 4 5.25. And then I'm just going to take this scrap. I think this was 1 inch by 5.25. I'm going to go ahead and just glue that on right now. Okay. And I love my glue because I can always just slide it and make sure it's exactly where I want it. Okay, now I'm going to put that inside the card. So, Jean, do you use green glue?
I love that green glue.
Now, you know, you and I started out really using tape runners. What changed?
Well, you can't use a tape runner on everything, and especially when the dies were very intricate and you were trying to layer them, that's when I use the glue the most.
Okay. Oh boy, look I got a little glue on here. So where's my adhesive eraser? Guess what? This is in the Oops guide. And it works like a miracle. Here we go. It just actually rolls that glue right off the card. Okay. All right, so now we've got the card insert. Now for the card front, this is, this is actually 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. Oh, I know. And then I want to do 1/8. 3 1/8 by 5 1/8 is what I have to cut here. So let me just grab the trimmer again. And you know what? I will put the measurements in my weekly email next week. So no worries. And you thought you were the only one with the old time stamps, Roxanne? Oh my. There is a replay. So this is going to be on the Facebook business page and on YouTube. Let's see. I'm just checking this. I need that eraser. The other day when I was making cards, you bet. I'll tell you, that's my second one. I use it so much. Okay. So what I wanted to just show you is, So there's kind of a choice here with the front of the card. You know, do you want to cut it down here, still have some butterflies? Do you want to cut it this way? The butterflies are flying upside down, except for that one. Now I'm going to do it this way. Or do you want to cut this up and have flowers up here and down here? I think I'm going to cut it so that I have them on both sides. So, you know, don't just cut. Look at your paper and then cut, right? And then look at much more design on this side. So I'm going to cut this corner off. And this is going to be my 3 1/8. So let's do 3 1/8. I always got to double check those. Makes me nervous. Okay. Great scrap. And then now we need 5 1/8. I'm sorry, I got to do it on this end. I can see this better with that snap-in ruler. It's not as clear. Let's see. And I'm leaving the top on there. So I'm going to do it this way. 5 1/8. And that is halfway between 5 1/4 and 5 inches. There we go. And then I'm going to layer it on that card front. Okay, somebody's arriving. Jean's going to go warn them I'm live right now. Someone else is coming to the party. All right, so I'm just going to layer this. And I decided to do this as a thin border. So that's why it was only, you know, the 1/8 instead of a whole 1/4 inch. I sometimes like that. Just enough to set it apart, especially when you're doing it on a dark colored cardstock. All right, so the other thing is, as I'm gluing this together, that I want to mention is, you know, I did not get enough emails or posts out to give you all the opportunity to post birthday cards and to post birthday supplies so that you have a chance to win some prizes from me. And since I'm celebrating my birthday, I want to pass along some nice loot. So I will give you through Friday night at midnight to post birthday cards on either the Plum Crazy Stamping business page or in the Facebook group for card conversations. And for every birthday card you post and or picture of a stamp set or other birthday paper crafting supplies, I'm going to do 2 drawings, one for birthday supplies and one for birthday cards. And I will do that then probably when I go home next week, because I want to put together the prize so I can show you what it is. So, you know, I'm just going to encourage you to, you know, post birthday cards and birthday paper crafting supplies on those 2 places, and you can win a prize. I'm going to think up something fun. Let's see. All right, no new comments. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to, I already did cut out the die cut in Gorgeous Grape. And then I have 2 more just very vanilla. And so let me grab these stamps and I'm going to do my Gorgeous Grape. I'm going to show you, I already have butterflies made for the inside, but I decided my color palette would be Highland Heather, Fresh Freesia, and Gorgeous Grape. And these were all in the Perennial Lavender Designer Series paper. So that's how I picked them. All right, but we're going to do Gorgeous Grape on here. So let's do our happy birthday first. And now, you know, I'm not, let's see if I can stamp over the, need to get a little more ink on the end of that H. All right. There we go. So we've got happy birthday. And let's do the inside sentiment. Just going straight down and pressing. There we go. Now I want to layer my happy birthday on here with just a little glue. These circles are just the greatest for layering. Is that fly distracting? What size are these ink pads? These are the standard ink pad sizes. Where's my ruler here? Kim, let's see. So an ink pad is 3 5/8 by 4 1/4. That would be the size of the ink pad, but they're the regular ones. The spots are the very small squares, okay? Now let's go ahead and attach this to the front. And let's see. Oh, drats, I can't keep this butterfly and not overlap here. So that one butterfly is going to get covered up. And you know what? As I'm doing my placement, I'm going to just flip this and put it in the same place so I know where to put my glue so I don't glue over the side. Jeez, Fred, leave, please. Okay, then I'm going to flip this over. And it might be a little off center, but that's so I don't cover up that butterfly. And try to keep my happy birthday straight. There we go. All right, and then now on the inside, we put our other embellishments. So like the other person that made this card did, you could put flowers or any images that you want. I'm going to put this right in the center. So just flip it upside down so I can see where I'm putting my glue. Okay. Is that straight? That's always the question. Is it straight? Okay. There we go. All right, so then what I did is with the beautiful butterfly set, let's see, where is that? The sentiments are from Unbounded Love, the happy birthday and the inside sentiment. And then I used beautiful butterflies and the dies that go with this to make the butterfly images that are the accents here. And then let me show you, I actually just made a bunch of them in those 3 colors so then I could decide how I wanted to do it. And then I just keep them in these little cellophane bags with the stamp set. So whenever I'm stamping, if I want to do something fast and not have to do the die cutting and all that, I have this done. So let's see, we've got, you know, a bigger butterfly. Oh, I think this time I'm going to put it on the bottom. And then let's see here. I've got light and dark. Dark there. Maybe I can put this one over here. I kind of liked the 3 butterflies around this. And I actually, because this has this center pop-up, I am going to just glue them all straight down to the inside of the card or on this center part. So we've got the kind of single winged look at that butterfly. This one, I'm going to come off the edge a little bit. So it kind of goes into the card a little. And then this one, I am just going to go right down the center of the body with the glue. Don't need a whole lot, just a little bit. I just didn't like it with just these. I thought it really added to put a butterfly over on this side. Kind of takes the design over there a little bit. Okay, and then the last thing is to add some embellishments. I'm not going to add these colored butterflies on here because I love the paper itself. So these are for another day. But I have this really pretty, gorgeous grape ribbon that I thought I would just make a little bow and put in here. So let's just cut off a little part of this and just fold a knot. If I can get it to come through there. All right, so just making a knot. And then, you know, when you pull on this one end, it gets frayed. So we'll cut that off, make this a little shorter to match. And I don't think I've gotten my mini glue dots out here yet. You know, I am just going to use a little glue right in the center here. It'll be fine. Oh boy, that's a lot of glue. I'll be wiping a little bit of that off of there. Should have hunted for a mini glue dot. All right, I'm just going to put this right down here at the bottom. There we go. And just hold that in place because that glue's got to get tacky. It's tacky to my finger. Now watch, it won't stick on there. Let me just grab it. All right, I'm going to have to use a piece of tear and tape. Let's do that. This is called improvising with your glue. And Diane, yes, you can watch it on replay. So I'm just going to take the adhesive part. Let's see if I need take your pick tool to be able to roll this up in a little ball from behind the tear and tape. Sure, that's going to work just fine. Better than the glue on the ribbon. So I'm just making a little ball with this and put that behind the knot. Which is now what with glue. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Now, just the last, a little bling. So this is from the annual catalog, actually 24 to 25. Purple Fine Shimmer Gems. Aren't these pretty? So let's go ahead. And I think on this other one I put dark. So let's do the light just for something different. I'm going to put one right up here on top. And let's get the next size here. Put it up here. And one more. Let's do our rule of 3 right down there. All right. So there is our purple birthday card using Unbounded Love. I think, Touch of Nature maybe for the dies, and Perennial Lavender and the beautiful butterflies. Wow. I really like this card. I'm sure I didn't have to tell you that. You could probably guess that. But anyway, that is our card making lesson for today. And does anybody have any questions or feedback before I sign off for today? Let me go ahead and tune in this way again. Kind of different. I usually see you guys so much closer. I'm using a different computer today. So, Betty, thanks. That was really fun. And I'm so glad you joined me. Now, don't forget to share your birthday cards. For every card that you share a picture between now and Friday at midnight, you're going to get a chance to win a prize. And for every picture of your birthday paper crafting supplies, if you do a picture of those, you will also get a chance to win the other drawing. So there's going to be 2 drawings. Probably I'll do them live next Wednesday. That would be my best guess, okay? So, because I got to get home from stamp camp, recover from my birthday and get things out for you. So, thanks a lot for joining me. Happy stamping, friends. I know I'm going to have a great weekend. I hope you do too. So, take care and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.